No, thank you so much. I actually want to do a quick myth busting round. This has all been really awesome. Just being conscious of time. So as we do our myth busting round, I'm going to like throw a myth at each of you and kind of go back and forth a little. And you only have like 30 seconds to answer. Okay. So that we get through all of them. So I'm going to start with Nhien again. So what about, I've heard that classes are giant at any research university. They're just so huge. I will just be a number and never know anyone. Is that true?
Right. I need a binocular, just look for my professor, right? Like myth, total myth. Yes. So I and talk to the admission counselor about the particular class size and an average class size for your major. Because if you are at a 58,000 school and you're taking, a business course or psychology courses, you're gonna be in a giant lecture hall, right? But if you're at a mid-sized institution and you're taking a course on engineering physics, I am totally using an example with UNH, you're gonna, even as a freshman, you will be in a class with 30 student max. So it's really not a given. And this is where we really encourage, Carmen said earlier, do your research, reach out, look for that information, because it's not a guarantee that you will be in that giant classroom. And it's based on major, the school, and then kind of where you are, freshman versus sophomore, junior, senior.
So what I'm hearing is that it could happen. And some research universities do have pretty large intro classes, but that it's different at every type of research university because there are really giant ones and some mid-sized ones. And to really look at the major and ask those questions to see, would my classes be like that in my major or not? So that it's a lot more nuanced than just saying they're big. Some of them might be big, but they don't have to be big. Okay, great. Okay, Carmen. Is it true that liberal arts colleges are super expensive and only really rich people can go there?
That is a really bad stigma. So I will say that a lot of private and liberal arts universities will put that big, scary sticker price on the website, but majority of those schools are offering discounts to every single student, so nobody pays that actual scary sticker price. My school, Drake University, we do that. And so it is oftentimes, we're also seeing certainly your home state of California, the cost to stay at home is no cheaper than it is to go out of state. So it really is, for some locations, it can be a more expensive option to do a private liberal arts education or something like that. But from where you're currently living, it actually is the exact opposite. Most liberal arts schools are going to offer some level of merit scholarships, based on financial need. They do need fine, things like that. So certainly that is not true. None of our students pay our scary prices, and that's the norm.
Yeah, so big tip is looking at net price calculators, looking at net prices and asking the people at the college, hey, here I am, right? Here I am. This is what my profile's like. I think I want to apply. Do you think there might be something for me to qualify for? You can always ask that beforehand too. Emailing people like Carmen and Nhien is a really great idea. They're literally there to help you out. And all they can do is, say, yeah, here you go, or no, we don't, right? They're just going to answer your question. So there's nothing to be lost in connecting.
Thinking about, Carmen, you were talking about how liberal arts schools are possibly more like nurturing and encouraging of a student who wants to like make different decisions and change their direction. So I was wondering if one of you could speak to like how a different kind of school that's not a liberal arts school would react to that same sort of incentive. Like how would that be received in a place that's not a liberal arts school?
Not to say that you can't get flexibility with your degree, you just typically will be faced with a bit more limits on what you can step out, whereas liberal arts, they typically have something called interdisciplinary studies where we will make a degree specifically for you. But public schools can do some flexibility, not to say that it's not allowed or anything like that.
Yeah. And then I think it's also important to know that some schools are kind of a mix. So some schools have, they're neither nor, and they have a liberal arts core curriculum. but they don't consider themselves a full liberal arts school. And those are also universities that often allow you to create your own major and do fun things like that. And I think that idea of interdisciplinary studies is starting to permeate the bigger public research universities more as well. Like a lot of the UCs have some new really exciting and interesting majors. But I think, Carmen, what you said really resonates. And Nhien, just there might just be a little more of a structure around what you can or cannot do, that you have to figure out your way. How do I stay within the structure, but still kind of achieve that more of that flexibility? So I have another question. Well, does anyone else have another question? I'm full of questions. I already know. Hannah's just laughing.
And if I might add one more thing on to that as well, Josephine, is that, I think one of the most famous and one phrase in admission for us is that it depends. It's truly no matter. As we're trying to give you really big pictures of colleges and university and help you get a sense of as you navigate the process. But as you make your list and you kind of figure out more of yourself and what you're looking for, what you for your college experience, we really encourage you to do that research and really specify specify that research process and really ask specific question to those colleges on your list, because even if they're public research or the liberal art, there's still be variation and different experiences. Even if that's not typically associated with the category that the school that you're looking at belong to.
Yeah, that's definitely the most common answer. It depends. Also the most frustrating, but it's also very true. So yeah, really looking into every single unique college that you're looking at is quite important. Just because they belong to one category or another doesn't mean they're the same as everyone else in that category, right? I have another quick myth. I want to study pre-med, so I should definitely go to a research university because I won't get into med school if I go to a liberal arts college. True,
that is a
true?
huge myth. Actually, we're seeing more and more acceptances into medical school, law school, and vet school. Students coming with a liberal arts degree. Again, going back to that, having those very important soft skills, the critical thinking, the quick on your feet, be able to approach a problem from different areas, being able to work in a team environment, because that's very much what most medical fields are. And we're seeing, at least the school that I work for, we are over double the national acceptance rate into medical school. So whatever the national average is, the university I work for is double. And I'm assuming that not all liberal arts schools are going to be that way. But again, it's because of that individual attention and really being able to be supported and having a mentor working very closely with you in the early stages of the journey to medical school.
Okay, I don't see any hands. So I have two questions. So be time sensitive. What is the one biggest difference? And I'm going to make you actually tell me one big difference. Each of you gets one between a liberal arts college and a research university. The biggest difference. What do you think it is, Carmen? I know it depends, but we're going to pick one.
Yeah. Okay. I would say it depends on the style of learning that you need or want. If you are free and independent and can rock life on your own, that's how you've been doing it, COVID, learning online, then you shouldn't fear a big public research school. But I think if you really need that mentorship, that close-sighted, that's kind of maybe the smaller liberal arts is your avenue. That I would say that's the difference in the style of learning.
Okay, Nhien, what do you think? We have one more minute or 30 seconds.
I would say, for me, I think the access to that kind of groundbreaking research. I think we're kind of known for that, and it's if that's something that we're really passionate about, yeah. And I mean, it was available across the board, but I think that's what we're known for.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Didn't realize the breakout room was going to close. Thought I had a couple extra seconds, but we're going. Thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate all of the insights you gave us. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.